So I just want to take you to, if you can just scroll. Okay, that's great. Thank you. And here you're sort of explaining why you're writing this email, that you have a somewhat unique view into the intelligence that was gathered leading up to these events. And in the middle of the paragraph that begins further, you say, by way of example, I see a marked increase in the conversation of extremists participating in these events and Canadians with extreme ideologies leading the charge. Although there are exceptions, I have not seen evidence of this. In fact, Hendon received and reported very little of this activity. It was not in evidence at the Ambassador Bridge, nor events related to the Blue Water Bridge. Further, the events in Toronto did not illustrate this. By way of example, the Canadian Security Intelligence Service had very little to report on and noted that their targets were not engaged. INSET, and sorry, can you just tell us what INSET is?
Yeah, INSET is a federal joint force operation led by the RCMP. It stands for Integrated National Security Enforcement Team, and they have the responsibility to engage investigations that meet the threshold of Section 83 of the Criminal Code.
Okay, and so INSET reported that the activity did not meet their threshold in national security. So I do not know where the political figures are acquiring information or intelligence on the extent of extremist involvement. So here, you're expressing the concern that this narrative around extremism is not consistent with the intelligence that you gathered, collected, reviewed over the course of the weeks leading up to these events.
That's correct.
Okay. And is it fair to say, I think Commission Counsel took you to, I think it was the February 7th, one of the February 7th documents, where you had a discussion about sort of the use of the term a threat to national security, and why you were careful about that term and how you explained that to some of your colleagues within the OPP. Is it fair to say that at no point during the convoy protest did you receive reliable intelligence that would lead you to conclude that there was a risk to national security that would rise above the potential threat to national security that you identified in that report?
That's correct.